N went to the Pokémon League and defeated Alder, the Pokémon League champion at the time. Doesn't that make him a Pokémon League champion? What do you need to become the Pokémon League champion? Well, as far as I know, you need to gather the badges of the region and then you need to challenge the Elite Four and eventually defeat the champion. That's about it. And you can trust me on this, I have been playing Pokémon since Red and Blue. So yeah, beat the gym leaders, Elite Four and champion. That's how the Pokémon world works. We all know that N challenged Alder and defeated him. But he was never appointed as a champion. He wasn't interested in that. If his dream had come true, there wouldn't even be a league in the first place, so that title wouldn't have had any meaning. Bulbapedia suggests that N is not classified as a champion because he rejected the title. But as far as I know, for you to reject something, you must first meet the qualifications for it. And I don't remember N defeating any gym leaders. Yeah, we saw him in a Green City Museum. What else could he have been doing there besides challenging the gym? Well, Team Plasma did try to steal the skull later on, so he might just have been looking for information about the legendary dragon. We also ran into him in Nimbasa City, near Elesa's gym, and he takes us to the Ferris wheel, where he reveals us that he is the king of Team Plasma. He might have challenged Elesa there, or maybe he was just there because of the Ferris wheel that is close by. He says this after all, "I love Ferris wheels. The circular motion, the mechanics, they are like collections of elegant formulas." But what he says later is interesting. "I'll defeat the champion and become unbeatable unlike any other. I'll make all trainers free their Pokémon, just try and stop me. If you want to be together with Pokémon, your only hope is to collect the badges from each area and head for the Pokémon League. Try and stop me there if you dare." That means he knows. He knows that for you to be able to challenge the champion, you need to collect the badges. Does that mean he collected them as well? He did go to the Pokémon League after all, and we know about the gates that won't allow you to go through if you don't show the proper badge. Unless you have a freaking legendary dragon to fly you through all the gates. But then what about the guy in front of the Pokémon League? He wouldn't allow you to go inside until he checks up that you have all of the badges. Or again, unless you arrive in a freaking fire-breathing dragon. Yeah, he probably lets you in if you arrive that way. But there's an easy step to confirm if any beat any gym leaders. You can just go into any Pokemon gym and check the statue at the entrance. It only lists Cheren, Bianca, and you. But then, again, it's not something to take for granted because you also run into several other trainers in Route 10 and Victory Road, which means they also beat the gyms. But their names didn't show. Maybe they only show us the names of the people that we know, and we do know N. Besides, no gym leader ever mentions having fought N, something I think should be mentioned if indeed happened. So let's assume for now that he didn't beat the gym leaders. We do know for sure that he beat the Elite Four though. He didn't just go straight to the champion. Grimsley, one of the Elite Four members, says, "Man, oh man, what is going on today? Challengers coming one right after another." He is clearly talking about N, but the most interesting part is what he says if he is the last Elite Four member you beat. Astonishing! You have defeated every member of the Pokémon League's Elite Four. But it isn't over yet. There is one more opponent against whom you must prove your strength. The pinnacle of the Pokémon League, the champion, Alder. Or perhaps that man called N has defeated him and taken his title. I don't know which one you will face, but check the statue in the Central Plaza and continue to the final room. Are you telling me that N could have been the champion without battling any gym leaders? What was all that work that I just did, beating all 8 gym leaders to be able to become the champion? Even N himself told me I needed to do that. Is he a hypocrite, or did he actually beat the gym leaders? This is just a speculation, but the possibility is there, since it tells you to get the badges. So we can come to 3 possible outcomes. 1. Grimsley didn't know that he hadn't acquired the badges. He saw N in the Pokémon League and assumed he must have. Therefore, he thought N had the right to become the champion. Number 2. and really got the badges like he told you to do as well. Number 3, you don't need badges to become champion, you just need to beat the Elite Four. Let's assume for a second that N did gather the badges. Was he a champion or not? N wasn't after the title, but he did fill the requirements to be one and he didn't clearly reject the title. We can assume he did when he said, "It's over. Never again will Pokémon be made to suffer or be held captive by humans. You may have the title of champion, but you can't stop me with just a title." Meaning that he didn't take the title like Grimsley said. This is why Bulbapedia states that he rejected it. And also you did beat N and you weren't granted the title of a champion. Wait, if you think about it, in Black and White 2, you weren't the one that granted the title of champion to Iris. Alder did. That's why I have made an important decision. I'm going to resign as champion. We in particular need to take another look at what it means to live together with Pokémon. Drayden said this when talking with Iris. An order directly from Alder came as I was training you. He lost to N and retrained himself. He asked me to help with his special training, but it was ghastly. He wanted to become an immense obstacle for you, the new champion. Nobody mentions you battling Alder. As far as I know, nobody congratulates you on being a champion even after doing Memory Link. Not Sharon, N, Alder, Bianca, etc. On the other hand, the character you are using in the second part gets referred as champion by its rival right away. Isn't it weird? I find it weird that nobody refers to you as champion despite being able to challenge the league a second time. As a matter of fact, even when you defeat Alder, he says nothing about you becoming a champion. It feels as if he was battling you as a friendly match. Does that mean that you rejected the title as well? Maybe you going to the Pokémon League for the second time isn't part of the main official story. That means that N wasn't a Pokémon champion, but then neither were you. And that was because the battle between N and you wasn't just another battle to decide who is the Pokémon League champion as in past titles. It was a fight for the future of the Pokémon world, where for the first time ever, even the gym leaders got involved. It was a battle that affected hundreds of lives and made everyone rethink their relationship with Pokémon to treat them better. Even 2 years later, people were still talking about it. It was the greatest battle in Pokémon history. You didn't battle N to be a mere champion. You fought N to become a hero.